Hey, how you doing? Good. Genevieve, Catherine, and James. Somewhere is James. Okay, so today we're going to proceed with the next three moves of the Bang Gong. Did you all see the material I sent you just a few minutes ago? Yes? Okay. So there's two links there to the first two sessions covering moves 1 through 6 on YouTube. They're also on the website. Um, and also the list of names. So the moves we're going to work on today are White Ape presents fruit, pouring gold, or sometimes called pouring water, and wind in the lotus leaves. I think they're calling the last one, which we've been doing. We've been doing a version of it um, as the windmill. It's just a lighter version of that. So why don't we start by doing the first 6 moves that we know, and then I'll go through these 3 new moves in some detail so you know how to do them correctly. And if we have time, we'll do one of the other routines that we've worked up in the past year, all right? So let's do the first 6 moves. So, sorry, I should have said what the name of that first move is. So you can call that Heaven's Qi clears obstructions. I just call it Yang Qi clears tension. Right? So it washes through the body. The second move is Yin and Yang harmony. Bear presses palms. The Emperor's cartwheels. Make sure to shift your weight. 100% left, 100% right. and reverse. And birches swaying in the breeze. So this move, two moves, forward and backwards, is called white ape presents fruit. All right. So the white ape is presenting fruit. It's like I have handfuls of fruit that I'm presenting to the emperor or something. All right. So the first, the forward one, comes up, presents out, the hands turn down, and you come down, and then again, up, present fruit, the hands turn down, come down, and again up. So when you're doing this one, it's actually a very similar exercise, if you have a stick, to doing forward Lee circles with a stick, right? But instead of having a stick, you're doing it with your palms, up, out, turn over, and down. Up, out, turn over, and down. Now, when you're doing the stick work, Lee circles with the stick's not the point. It's a device. What you should be practicing is your microcosmic orbit. So, when you are coming up, that's one energy. When you are going out, that's another energy. When you are coming down, that's an energy. When you're coming in, that's an energy. And you need to coordinate your internal microcosmic orbit with that. There's two ways that you could do it. You could run the microcosmic orbit in exactly the same circle. So I'm coming up my back, going into my front, that is, I'm coming over the top of my head, and then down my front and under my crotch. That's one way to do it. A much more sophisticated way to do it, right, is to come up your front, over the top of your head to your back, and down your back, and then under your crotch to come up your front again. That's actually the right way to do it. So what's happening is you're actually making like butterfly wings. If we look at it from the side, your stick is going in a circle like this. But your microcosmic orbit is going in a circle like that. So the two circles together look like this. They balance each other out. Another way, and you can feel it, if you try this yourself, you will feel the difference between these two. They're very, very different. It's much more powerful to do it the second way. There's another way to think about what you're doing with this. When I lift the stick, watch my elbows. Well, you can't really see them. Right? My elbows are behind me. Right? So that's, in a way, what that's really saying is, it's almost like I'm picking the stick up like this. Right? I'm picking it up in a sense from behind. which means the channel that needs to be activated should be in front. When I press out, right, if something goes out, something has to go backwards. And then as I lower the stick, I'm dealing with the stick out here. The energy channel I should be using is not the one in front, it should be the one in back, right? And then same thing under the crotch. If I'm going to pull in like this, something has to go forward, and that brings it right into the forward channel again, right? So forward channel, over the top of the head to the back, down the back, under the crotch to the front, right? So they actually meet here, right? And then up the front, down the back, up the front, down the back. It's exactly the same way when we do APE presents fruit, right? Up the front, over the top of the head, down the back, under the crotch. Up the front, over the top of the head, down the back, under the crotch, right? So it's a very simple little pattern, but it may be a little counterintuitive because in fact it's going the opposite of the circle in front, right? Let's just try it. Let's take a moment to do the first move, the first part, the first move in the first form. Oh, is very, very similar. Little differences in the hand, little differences in how you manage your energy, but it's basically the same move, right? Again, white ape presents fruit. Turn the hands down, press down and into the hips, and again, up the front, over the top of the head, down the back, and then under the crotch, and they meet, hands and energy meet here, right, in the lower down chin, up the front, over the top of the head, down the back, and in again, right? All right, I want to stop talking. Let's just practice this. We'll do like 9 times. So, I don't know about you guys, but I always find white ape a really intense practice. You will really work out your abs and your lower back doing these. Even more with the next one, as the next one is white ape in reverse, and it's completely different than what we did, but it's white ape in reverse in the same way, right? This is a forwardly, and then this is a reversely. It's exactly the same thing. And of course, all the business about the microcosmic orbit is there, but it's reversed, right? Now, what's going on? Catherine, are you exhausted?
I'm so surprised. It seems so simple. I'm exhausted.
I know it seems very, very simple, but guys, this is the difference between doing exercises on the outside and doing exercises on the inside. When you really, yeah, I know, and your hands will swell up and start to feel,
They are so swollen.
yes, it's just a simple little exercise, but it really gets to you. It does to me too. Let's talk about what your microcosmic orbit should be doing, and it always works on basically the same principles, right? So you know the orbit goes around the trunk, the head and the crotch, the front and the back, and it can go in either direction. And basically, what you do is you do just the opposite of what your hands are doing, roughly, right? So when we do a move like this, well, then it comes up the front. Right? And when we go like this, right, then it's going down the back. Is it use the same logic trying to figure this move out, right? Where should your chi be? In your front or your back? Catherine, in your back, of course, right? Now you bring it in. As you bring it in, what happens? This is your chi in your back. Now, where does your chi go? Right, James, where does your chi go? In the front. You can feel it if you're doing this correctly. Back, oh, front, and now back again, and front, and right. If you get that kind of swaying motion back and forth, um, this is a lot of work. It's a simple little exercise. These are called FANG and GONG exercises. I do not find this a quote unquote relaxing exercise. Maybe in the bigger scheme of things, yeah, okay, it's relaxing. But it's a completely different kind of relaxation than just doing something like this. This is actually quite a vigorous exercise, I think. Let's try a round of it, front and back, and then I think we'll have to call it good for today. I wanted to get 3 moves in today, but we only got 1 move in. On Monday, we'll pick this up again, and we'll finish the two moves in this 1, 2, 3 little series that we have here. We've done them before, you know them, but we will talk about the insides of them, what's going on in the inside. So just for fun, let's do this exercise. All right, white ape presents fruit. And reverse. So I guess this is Catherine's Catherine's staring at her hands. Have they started to swell up? Good. Um, so this is a relaxation exercise because you relax after it's over. Jack, did you have something to say?
Yeah, this is like Ginger Rogers did what Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels. That's what it
Yeah,
feels.
exactly. Right. Ginger Roger did everything Fred Astaire did, only she did it backwards in high heels. Right. That's what you got to do. You all may have noticed that this move, pieces of this move, like I said earlier, resemble a lot of other things. So one of the things you should start to realize now is that all these exercise routines are very closely related. White Ape Presents Fruit is a move in the Tai Chi form. All right? All right? That's a move in the advanced Tai Chi form. So all these things, the FANG Qigong, the Hunyuan Qigong, the silk reeling, the forms, the push hands, they're actually all one thing. It's one language. The only difference between all these different things is how you happen to sing the song. Are you going to sing it softly like a lullaby? Or are you going to belt it out like it's a Broadway hit? Right? They could be the same song. But there's different emphasis and different mindsets in doing it. But the actual physicality of it and what's going on inside is actually the same all the way through. And the reason that they developed these really simple routines like the one we're doing is to get you out of the mindset that everything has to be like that, because it doesn't. It's very, very difficult to learn in the martial arts how to do something. What is White Ape Present Fruits in the martial terms, right? It's a drive with your fingers into somebody's throat, right? Boom. Right? Well, you don't want to be thinking about that all the time, or maybe ever. And when you do it from the martial point of view, it's done fast and done hard, and it's very, very difficult to learn what you actually should be doing on the insides. So you slow everything down and you soften it up, and you don't think about the bloodthirsty stuff. You just think about what's happening inside your body when you do this. Tai Chi and even Qigong, right, were, and they still are, martial arts. We're practicing them as a health art. What happened was they started as martial arts, and then in Shen Village, for instance, everybody in the village did it. I mean, everybody, little old ladies, little kids, everybody. You know, there were 1,200 people who lived here, and probably 800 of them did Shen style Tai Chi. And what they noticed was it made them so much healthier. Oh, wow, this works. This actually, it works as a martial art, but it actually works as a health art. So a few generations ago, they really started working on the health aspect of this, kind of de-emphasizing the martial a little bit and emphasizing the health part of it. They haven't gotten rid of the martial, but they've really brought up and emphasized the health aspects of this. And it works. And it works because if it's going to work as a martial art, it's got to work for your body. And it's got to work for your mind, it's got to work for your spirit, and it's got to work for your energy. It's very practical, right? But once you've established that, now you have a large handful of basic principles and exercises that you can take directly into a health regime. If it's going to work for martial arts, it's going to work for health too. And that's really what we're focusing on. So we're not focusing on the martial aspect of this, but rather just focus on the health aspect. And if you do these right, you will discover, as Catherine has discovered today, that these little simple exercises are not as little or as simple as they look. When you really start working on these deeply inside, it's going to work everything in your body out, not just physically, but also mentally and energetically. And I'm not quite sure how this one fits into the FANG Qigong exactly. I would put it in the silk reeling. Nevertheless, I guess it works as relaxation exercise like I said, because when you get done, you just have to go relax a little bit. Okay, guys, we will see you on Monday, and we will do pouring gold and wind in the lotus leaves. All right, we'll see you then.